business booming. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. The business booming. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Goddamn, y'all ain't go with my click. That's when it all clicked.
On everybody, this is Slayer back again with another Division 2 video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing off my new and improved Shredder build. So before we even get right into that, I just want to hear what you guys have to say, what you guys think. Would you rather see this format, gameplay one day, build the next day, or would you rather it be one big video? Because I know my monster tank build was about 13 minutes, no gameplay. My Shredder build was 21 minutes, roughly, with gameplay. So let me know down below how you feel. Before I jump right into the build, I just want to say there is a spoiler alert if you haven't gotten all of the hunter masks, if you haven't opened the ivory box. So when I get into my weapons, if you don't want a spoiler, just look away for a minute. I'm not going to spoil it for you. Also, if you want to know how to get that 12th mask, I'm also going to probably make a video on that later this week, detailing how to get it. Super easy. And yeah, let's get right into the build. So this is my new and improved Shredder build. And we're going to jump right into the weapons. This is the weapon that is a spoiler, so if you don't want to see it, don't look at the name, don't read the inscription. So this is an F2000. My base damage is 11.9k, so right at 12,000. My rounds per minute is 1.1k, so that's my rounds per minute is right at the same, close to the same as a Vector. With this F2000, my mag is 40, and how I achieved my rate of fire to be that high with this F2000, some of you may already have it. If you have an F2000 like this is how I would suggest running it for this build particularly. I don't run this weapon with any other build. So you've got measured, the top half of the magazine has 15% fire or rate of fire and minus 20% weapon damage. That's why it's at 11.9. It would be closer to, I think, 14. I've got another one, yeah, 14 right here. And then at the bottom half of the magazine has a negative 25% rate of fire and plus 20 weapon damage. So what I did to counteract the rate of fire thing, because you fly through that top half of your magazine and you lose 25% rate of fire, the thing that I've put on it is Allegro. So putting Allegro on this, when you lose that 25%, you are still right there at like 800 rounds per minute. You're still shooting just almost as fast as a Police M4, as a FAMAS. Now, a little bit slower than a FAMAS, but I mean, you still shoot really fast. So your rate of fire is still high. That's how I'd run it. In rhythm is nice. While equipped, enemy kills have a 5% chance to refresh active skill cooldown. So if you're dropping heals, if you're using a repair drone or something and it's gone, you have a 5% chance that it'll refresh your active skill cooldowns. So I think that that's nice. So this is how I run it. So that's why you saw in that gameplay yesterday, at the very beginning, I was sitting there shredding people with it, because the top half of the magazine, I'm just laying into you. Bottom half of the magazine, I'm still laying into you, but I got 20% extra damage. So that's a lot of damage. Moving on to my secondary, just like in that Shredder build, I'm running a SPAS 12. In yesterday's gameplay, I was running a military M870. This SPAS 12 is better. I think the SPAS 12 is the best shotgun in the game. Let me know down below if you have a shotgun that you prefer more, or that you just absolutely hate seeing shotguns in the dark zone or conflict. So for me, the shotgun I've got, SPAS 12, 158.4k, that's a lot of damage. 74 rounds per minute, 8 magazine, and you have to have premeditated. And the reason why you want to have premeditated, I wish I had something besides stable here. I wish I had jazz hands, honestly, to get that 10% reload speed, because weapon damage is increased for every shell loaded to a max of plus 35%. If all shells are reloaded, then weapon damage increased by an additional 50%. Both last for 10 seconds. So like I touched on in my Shredder build, from testing it in gameplay, I don't think you get, because the way that it reads, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, is that every shell loaded, you load it up to a max of 35% weapon damage. But if you're completely empty and you reload from 0, you get an additional 50%. So in my mind, I'm thinking 85%, but I could be completely wrong. I could be dumb. I could be kind of stupid. Who knows? But For me, when I'm in my testing, it looks like it's 50%, which that's a ton. 50 more percent on 158,000. And I mean, that's insane. Plus, I've got on my gear, which is similar to the other one, Berserk. If I'm low on health and I fully reload this, I'm going to one-shot you. So, I've got stable. I don't care to have stable. I would much rather have jazz hands. Even, I mean, Allegro would be okay, but I'd much rather have jazz hands. Recharge is really nice for anyone who uses the drone. So while equipped, skills deployed at full armor have a 25% duration, charges, and ammo. So that's even good for your chem launcher heals. When you drop them on the ground, it lasts 25% longer. It's really nice. So for this, I just have that rate of fire spring. Let me go back to the F2000. I have a 5.52 hollow sight giving me 10% accuracy. I've got the Omega rifle suppressor giving me 20% stability minus 10% optimal range. But honestly, you're not going to have optimal. I mean, at 1.1k rate of fire, your optimal range is going to be low anyways. You want to be kind of close to people anyways. Magazine, I have the extended mag, so 10 extra rounds right there. And let's jump right into the gear. For my mask, I'm running a Wyvern Wear mask. It gives that, so the brand set talent gives me 7% critical hit damage. I've got 4.5% crit hit chance and 26% hazard protection. So, I mean, this build isn't optimized, but at the same time, it's better than it's a lot better than the Shredder build. So, from what my friend has told me, one of my buddies, he said that hazard protection gives you protection from, or like how long that you're gonna bleed, how long you're shocked, how long you're on fire. That is what hazard protection is. So, if you guys didn't know, that is what hazard protection does. And that's the reason why I left it on there. I could have rolled health. I'm pretty sure I could have rolled health on kill, and I could have done anything like that. But I'd much rather have hazard protection for any of those situations, especially with ongoing directive being a thing now. I want hazard protection. So my talent is hard hitting, so I don't really care too much. That's just 15% damage to elites. That way you can run this build either way. Run it in PvE, run it in PvP. However you want to do it. This build is for everybody. Next, we're going to move to the backpack. I'm running one piece True Patriot on the back. On the backpack, I'm actually running two pieces to give me 10% damage to armor. So, according to some people I've seen on YouTube, they say that it doesn't make a difference, that the gear sets are messed up. I haven't noticed that. And you'll see it later this week. I may put up the gameplay tomorrow, unless you guys just want to see a full build and gameplay. I run a 5-piece True Patriot with a chest piece with Berserk. And I absolutely melt people, and I don't know what they mean by damage to armor does nothing. So, for me, I run two pieces True Patriot on this build for the Shredder, giving me that 10% damage to armor, attributes, 4% weapon damage, 8,092 bonus armor, and 6% critical hit chance, with a defensive system with the bonus armor, 4,679 bonus armor. That's insane. That's a lot. Moving on to the mask, or to the chest. Chest piece, I'm running a Fenris group. You have to run a Fenris group with this. At least one piece. Now this isn't, like I said, this isn't min-maxed. I would much rather have, like, I don't really care about skill power. I'd much rather have health or armor right there to make me a little bit more tanky. But I mean, I'm at 208,000, so that's pretty good. It could be better, but that's pretty good. Crit hit chance on here, 8.5% crit hit chance. That's a lot. 9% headshot damage. I'd much rather have weapon damage. I'd much rather have crit hit damage. Like I said, this isn't min-maxed, but this is the kind of core, the pieces that you want to get. So, of course, talents, you want to have Berserk. You have to have Berserk on the chest, because it works with that shotgun. It works with that assault rifle. So you want to have Berserk. You have to have it. And I have Restorative, which is 10% health on kill. Like, I don't really care too much. My health is low. If I had 100k health, I would really care about health on kill, but I don't. Moving on to the holster. Have that second piece True Patriot right here. Just get that damage to armor. Like I said earlier, attributes. 10% crit hit chance. That's a ton. Then I've got 5,350 health. So, and I've got mod 2,972 health right here. Let's see what my mod is on this. I would just have a little skill power mod, a low one. I could change that out, but like I said, I don't care too much about skill power. I can't get any mods anyway, so what's the point? Moving on to knee pads. This is the one that, honestly, like I said, this isn't min-maxed. I have a piece of the China Light Industries Corporation, which honestly I don't care about. It doesn't help me at all because of its brand set explosive damage. I would much rather have like, I'd much rather have like DH right here. If I could have DH right here, give me more accuracy, that'd be nice. But the reason why I have this is because you have 6% crit hit chance, which is a good bit, but I also really like the talent Braced. While in cover, weapon handling is increased by 25%. So going against a little bit what I said earlier, I mean, this thing, when you are going against what I said earlier, I said that you kind of want to be closer. If you are in cover, which not a 10 for me, I'm not, but if you're in cover, dude, this thing is a laser beam, and you're sitting there throwing that many rounds per minute. So that's why I really like this knee pads. Now, like I said, if I could find a DH knee pad that had this to give me that 5% accuracy, or if I had a Nerari Holdings, a Neraldi Holdings holster, give me that. Is this 10%? No, yeah, give me that 10% accuracy. I'd much rather do that, have crit hit chance and braced. Let me make sure I'm not just spitting. Yeah, 10% accuracy. So that's much rather that's the way I'd much rather go. So if you guys can get that Neraldi Holdings right here on the knee pads, if you could find one set up like this with either crit hit chance or raw weapon damage with braced, because braced really helps you be able to laser people if you're in cover, I would absolutely do that. If you can do that, your build will probably already be better than mine. So I have a weapon damage mod right here, or a offensive protocol mod right here. It gives me 1% weapon damage, but the reason why I put this one on, 2.5% crit damage, 1% assault rifle crit hit chance. So that's kind of, if you kind of see the trend, is I'm not just going for raw damage, I'm going for crit hit chance, I'm going for crit hit damage, really crit hit chance. And on the gloves, this is the final piece. Gilligard give you that 5% total armor. And I've got health here, 24, 67, and 6% assault rifle damage, and then I put devastating on it, so plus 5% weapon damage. So this is really how I'd like to keep it. I really like having Gilligard. Okay, so a lot of people say, oh, you don't really care to be tanky. Okay, I understand that tankiness doesn't mean as much, but I promise you, from testing it, you stay a lot longer having more armor than you do having less armor. Just because you can glass cannon it out. I have people in my clan that have like 155k armor. They have like 15 in the assault slot, in the red slot right there. I've got 9 in this one. And I mean, they are absolute glass cannons, but I promise you, if I 1v1 them, I would kill them faster because I have more armor and because of the way this build is set up. So, like, if you're going up against those glass cannons, I've got measured, so I throw a lot of rounds right up front. And then if they're hitting me, if I'm getting low on health, Berserk kicks in. I can get up to 100% more damage with Berserk. And I get 20% more damage at the bottom half of my magazine with this F2000. So, I mean, I'm really throwing some lead here. I can really do a lot of damage. As you guys saw in yesterday's gameplay, I also have some more gameplay that I got the other day. Then, the last thing is my pistol, which is just a pistol to put me at put me closer to 500. It's a 500 pistol. So, for my mods, I don't know why I have this mod. I don't know. It should be the fixer. Yeah. So for me, I run the fixer. I like having really what I like to run, because I'm usually the one that stays alive the longest. I really like to run the Hive Reviver and the Chem Launcher heals. That's really what I like to do. Make sure to save that. That's really what I like to do, because I like to throw it down. I like to help people up. If I'm in a firefight and I can throw it down before I go down, I have a chance of getting back up if I go down. And the Chem Launcher heal is just the best heal in the game, in my opinion. I don't like... Now, just a side note, a PS at the end of the letter. Let me know down below how you guys feel about it. But for me, my biggest critique that like for PC, people are loving how they changed the Chem Launcher. On console, because I play console, I absolutely hate it, because you have to double tap now to get it to just drop a heal, and 9 times out of 10 when you're double tapping it to drop a heal, you equip it, so you aim up to shoot at somebody and you're hitting them with a heal. So let me know how you guys feel down below about that. And with that, we'll go to the stats to finish off this video. Here's just my gear talents. You guys already saw that. Weapon talents, we already went through those as well. Oh, the one thing that I have on my pistol, the reason why I should have showed off the pistol a little more, one thing I do have on it, which is a good way to do it, I have protected reload. So while I equip this weapon grants 10% bonus armor while reloading. So while I reload, I get that. I get the 10% bonus armor. I have full, or what is this called? Recharged? Yeah. So my duration on my skills is longer, and I have end rhythm, which means I can get them back. I have a 5% chance to just act or get rid of all those cooldowns. So I like it like that. I don't think I would change that up too much. Then if we go down here to my overall stats and weapons, you see my F2000, 11,884 weapon damage, 36% crit hit chance, 35% crit hit damage. So I've got a decent amount of chance here. My crit hit damage is low, but the thing is, with me having more crit hit chance, I throw so many rounds that I can get more crit hit. I have more chances to do more damage, so that's the way I run it. 64% headshot damage, reload time is 2 seconds, offensive, 10% to all weapons bonus damage, all weapon damage bonus, 31% assault rifle damage bonus, armor 208,381. So I mean, this is really what we're working with. See, I've got 33% bleed resistance, 26% blind def resistance, 38% burn resistance. So this is to go back to the beginning where I was saying hazard protection is something that you kind of want to have now that they've got ongoing directive, which gives you that special ammo. Look right here, hazard protection, 26% blind def resistance now, 26% disrupt resistance, 26% shock resistance. So you can kind of tell right there that what I was saying with the hazard protection actually is the thing. So I would definitely have that on there just to be able to kind of combat all that. And yeah, that's it. I mean, I hope you guys enjoy the build. Let me know what you guys think about it. If you do try it out and it works for you, let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear that. If I run into you in the dark zone and you're running this build and you shred me, let me know what you got on it, because I think that'd be cool to see. I in no way, shape, and form am I the best player in the dark zone? Am I the best player on the division? I just really enjoy PvP side. I really enjoy I really have enjoyed the PvP in the Division 1. I enjoy it when I can get into it in the occupied dark zone. In this one, I've actually got a couple manhunt videos I'm going to put up of being in the normalized dark zone with this build. This is the build that I was in the normalized dark zone with manhunt, full manhunt, all the way up to tier 1, because now it goes from tier 4 and you work your way to tier 1. So this build is absolutely amazing in normalized and in occupied. And yeah, that's really all I got. Let me know how you guys feel about it. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe for daily content, and as always, I will see you guys tomorrow.